Yahushai, Bashua Karapadash, Abidam, the honor to my apostles, great millstone, and salutations to the occupant of four opponents who's pushing this group for sincerity, love, diligence, respect, fear, and trembling. Alright? And as you can see the title, it's discernment. Okay? Brothers have to really start using discernment in these latter times that we're living in, man. Okay? Alright? You gotta start using discernment on how you judge situations in the world, man. How you judge with another brother. We're supposed to be priests, right? You're supposed to be kings and priests, to be exact. 1 Corinthians 6 tells you that the saints shall judge the world. Okay? If we are the saints and we're supposed to judge this world, we have to be up on the level of high spiritual discernment, man. And what I've been noticing lately is that the reason why Jake falls off, to whether it's women, to whether it's situations that's in the camp, brothers, hell, dreams, okay, is because they lack discernment, man. So one thing that I'm trying to push with the spirit is pray for more spiritual discernment, okay? Because it can get you in a lot of, it can get you in a lot of trouble if you discern in the wrong way, and it can get you out of a lot of trouble if you're discerning the right way, okay? We're supposed to be men of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, okay? We're supposed to be outstanding, upright men, okay? We're supposed to discern between righteous situations, especially being judges, okay? You can't be falling short to the same simple shit all the goddamn time, man. You know? Especially women. You should be able to discern one discernment, right? You're supposed to, if you're with a group of Akim and y'all in the spirit, okay? Y'all in the spirit, y'all talking holy conversation, whether y'all just sipping on some young or some strong drink, just vibing out. It wouldn't be wise for you to just go off and to go deal with a woman. You got all this meat right here to put you up on another higher level, and especially for you younger brothers, man. All this meat right here, righteous men, holy conversation, and you go duck off to go deal with a woman. And then some shit happens to you. Okay? Dreams. You have a dream about a brother that's against you. You know, you have a dream about something happening within a camp, whatever the case may be. Does that mean you have to wake up and have an evil eye to that brother? Or do you act accordingly, rightfully discerning that that dream could have been some bullshit? That dream could have been, you should have been able to spiritually discern between that dream, that dream wasn't what it appeared to be, because it wouldn't fit reality in the brotherhood. So now you done woke up from a dream, your eye is evil towards your brother, you know, and then you're lacking in brotherly love, you're lacking in charity, and now brothers are seeing you have a whole different spirit upon you because you didn't discern righteously between that dream. You know, whether it's a situation with a brother, you know, did you discern righteously like Daniel, which was a lawyer, all right, between whatever quarrel that your brothers had? Did you judge the matter properly? You're supposed to judge matters the righteous way, man. And I've been seeing that that's been lacking. Hell, demons that plague in your mind. They talking shit about brothers, having demonic thoughts in their heads against one another, man. Are you discerning between your thoughts, knowing that, hey, man, this gotta be Satan fucking with me, man? You know? You gotta have in your mind, that brother wouldn't do that. He wouldn't look at me like that. But see, Jake ain't spiritually discerning between their thoughts, man. And that's why they're failing these trials and how can you say it? Your trials, or, you know, things that the Lord put in front of your face. You know, you're failing them miserably. Jake failing fucking miserably right now when it comes to discerning between right and wrong, man. Let me get this real quick. 1 Corinthians 2:10. But the Most High hath revealed them unto us by His Spirit. For the Spirit searches all things, yea, the deep things of the Most High. See, the Spirit is supposed to search all things. So if you're in the Spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, you're supposed to be able to judge between all the matters, man. Okay? Whatever matter that may be. Alright, whoever's watching and listening, you should have, you know, different situations coming in your head on how you're supposed to discern between it. Whether it's your boss, okay, whether it's your woman. See, Jake make it hard on themselves when they can't even discern and spiritually discern between the woman. Now the house is all up and down. Now you got situations with the household because you're not spiritually discerning how you're supposed to deal with your woman. That pressure is leaving from you from being at home, trickling on down to the camp, trickling on down to brothers and shit. That's all you want to talk about is the fucking woman. You know, and not being able to spiritually discern. Cut her off from your flesh. Stop jumping into demonic ass situations, man. You know? For what man knoweth the things of a man, save the spirit of man which is in him? Even so, the things of the Most High knoweth no man but the Spirit of the Most High. Now we have received not the spirit of the world. So you're supposed to be out of the spirit of the world, man. Walking uprightly. Okay? Brotherly love. Charity. Okay? Righteous conversation. That's not the spirit of the world. That's the spirit of Yahweh Shemel Shai. So you're supposed to be adapted within that spirit. And another reason why Jake be falling off, because they're not reading. How can you discern between matters, simple matters or worldly matters, if you're not reading the Bible? If you're not reading your book? That's a lack of spiritual discernment. You know? Now we have received not the spirit of the world, but the Spirit in which is of the Most High, that we might know the things that are freely given unto us of the Most High. Okay, which is the truth. Which things also we speak not in words which man's wisdom teaches, but which the Holy Spirit teaches, comparing spiritual things with spiritual. For an example, you're supposed to be doing a lesson. You're supposed to be doing your 3 lessons, right? Your woman call you in the middle of your lesson. Your kids hollering in the middle of a lesson. Or before you get to a lesson, you got all these people calling you. You get to falling asleep. You know what I'm saying? You're getting tired. You know? You're on social media. But knowing damn well you're supposed to be getting them three videos in. Are you going to fall to the devices of Satan? Are you going to fall to the flesh? Because a lot of Jake is just taking heed to this weak ass flesh and their fucking lust, man. And they're not properly discerning between what the fuck they should be doing, man. And that's why Jake is getting caught up. That's why guys is falling out. That's why it's issues in the camp. Brothers getting kicked out, suspended. Because you have a criteria, or what they call that in school, from the White House on down to the United States.
Agenda?
Not an agenda. What is it? Criteria?
Yeah, criteria.
Yeah, you got a criteria, man. Have your 3 videos. Go out on the highways and hedges. Be brotherly. Turn in your weekly assignments. Do your weekly readings. Whatever it is. And once you start to get to do it, I'm gonna do it later. I'm gonna go hurry up and help moms real quick. Granted, you have to help your mother, your father, I'm just that third. But when it comes to this work, everything gets put the fuck back, man. See, Jake is tending to their flesh more than they're tending to the spirit of Yahweh Shemel Shai. More than they're tending to the necessary steps to make it into the kingdom, man. Because they're letting their flesh get to them too goddamn much. They're not rightfully discerning between things, man. Okay? This one says comparing spiritual things. What did it say? Comparing spiritual things with spiritual. You're supposed to know that the spiritual demon Satan is going to always try to stop you from progressing in this thing, man. The scriptures talk about striving for masteries, correct? So when you get one mastery level, when you get over one hurdle, okay, the next hurdle is supposed to be harder. Then the next hurdle is supposed to be even harder. The next hurdle is supposed to be even harder. Okay? You're striving for masteries in this thing, man. You're supposed to master all these situations. You're supposed to master the woman. You're supposed to master brotherly love. You're supposed to master getting your videos in. You're supposed to master fucking charity, man. You're supposed to master getting in your tithes. You're gonna not pay your tithes because you want to go buy a bitch. You're not paying your tithes because you want to go buy some liquor. You're not paying your tithes because you want to go get something set up in your home. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it is, you're not mastering your spiritual level up because you want to take heed to social media. Okay, you're supposed to judge. This is not gonna get me to the kingdom. This is not gonna get me to the kingdom. That's not gonna get me to the kingdom. You're supposed to spiritually judge between those things. Okay? Let me see. What is that? Another scripture. Ezekiel 44. This is Ezekiel 44. Let me start from 23. And they shall teach my people the difference between the holy and the profane, and cause them to discern between the unclean and the clean, man. So the righteous men, the judges of the earth, are supposed to be able to usher in the flock and giving them the knowledge and understanding of what is holy and what is unholy, what is profane and what is not profane. And this is specifically, you know, we're not specifically to the heads of the camp. This is to all men. But see, the heads of the camp have to learn and adapt to this way more, so we can diligently know the state of our flocks, man. Okay? We're supposed to be able to discern between all the brother spirits. You know that this brother is going off. You know that this ain't good for this brother. So fucking tell him. With the haircut situation, the bald head and shit, you're supposed to know, hey man, that brother shouldn't even be doing that shit. Hey, any brother in this camp come with a fucking bald head or a fucking lining, your ass ain't getting on camera, man. You know? You ain't getting on camera. Your ass gonna have to wait until that shit grow back. Alright? You're supposed to be able to discern. If you see that this brother is taking too much heed into a goddamn woman, you're supposed to tell him, like, hey, chill the fuck out on that. Examining yourself. Hell, before I say something, he's supposed to already be examining. Am I dabbling in too much folly? By nature and flesh, we're gonna folly every so often. But don't take that as something to just run with. Alright? Don't just say, oh, you know, folly, just a little bit of folly. You know, we made jokes of that, you know, before. I'm just gonna folly a little bit. No, fuck all that shit. Alright? You're supposed to be able to discern between all the shit that you're doing, man. The time is coming where it's gonna be a lot of destruction. Alright? The time is coming where you gonna be on a spiritual level to discern between which way you're supposed to go. You know, the spirit is supposed to be with you when chaos get the happening. Are you gonna go out in the midst of all this chaos, or are you gonna be trying to maneuver around the situations, man? You know, you gotta use that discernment, man. You gotta use discernment. Yeah, you gotta use discernment between the scriptures. Okay, you gotta use discernment between what time periods it's talking about. You gotta use discernment between on how you bring out the scriptures to certain people who have certain understanding levels. You know, you gotta discern between. You gotta know the spirit of each man that's in your flock, that's in your camp. Okay, you gotta discern between. Okay, maybe I'm not gonna be too harsh on this brother because I know that this may kind of hurt him a little bit. You gotta discern between that. Or I'm gonna jump down on him because I know his spirit can take it. It's all matters of discernment, man. You gotta examine yourself. You gotta discern within yourself on if you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. Okay? And that's what I've been noticing and recognizing, man. That Jake ain't discerning spiritually on what the fuck they're doing in this world, man. Being niggas, man. Jake being fucking niggas out here, man. Hey, the scripture says that he's going to start with it at a sanctuary, man. He's going to start with the men that's proclaiming that they're Israelites. Okay? Let me see, I got, let's see the scripture real quick. How many minutes we at? Close.
15. First Kings 3:9.
What?
First Kings 3:9.
First Kings? Okay, I get it.
When Solomon prayed for discernment.
Beautiful, yeah. This is Ecclesiastes 4:8-4. Where the word of a king is, there is power. And who may say unto him, what doest thou? Whosoever keepeth the commandment shall feel no evil thing, and a wise man's heart, which is his mind, discerns between both time and judgment. So you gotta know what time you're in, man. You gotta know, is this expedient for this particular time that you're doing right now? Does this make any sense on what you're doing right now? You gotta discern between that. You gotta discern between judgment. That's why I brought about Daniel. He was a lawyer. He was discerning between judgment with the sister Susanna. He had to spiritually discern. Okay, let's put them to the side. Let me do that. Let me do that. He had to discern the situation to get the proper judgment to happen. And we're supposed to be doing that. We're supposed to be in that same mindset, judging time and spiritually discerning between the time and judgment, man. Okay, and we're gonna end it off with the brother called King Solomon. What's the Second Kings?
First Kings, I believe 3:9.
Okay. Yep. This is First Kings 3:9. It says, give therefore thy servant an understanding heart, which is mind, to judge thy people, that I may discern between good and bad. For who is able to judge this thy so great of people? So we're judging Israel, man. We gotta know if Jake is on some bullshit, and we gotta know if he's sincerely going off. Sincerely. And then you gotta spiritually discern between how should you take hold of that particular situation, man. Okay? So hey, I can pray for discernment, man. Pray for righteous discernment. You know, I'm gonna look that word up right now in that passage in the Ibariath, in the Hebrew, real quick. Okay, so that word for discern. Bayan. Okay? And the Hebrew is bayan. It says to discern, to understand, consider, perceive, to understand, know with the mind, to observe, being circumspect, man. Examining yourself. Mark, give heed to have discernment, insight, understanding, to cause to understand, give understanding, to teach, to shew oneself discerning or attentive, okay, prudent, yep. So basically being wise. So let's read that one more time. This 1 Kings 3:9. Give therefore thy servant an understanding heart to judge thy people, that I may discern between good and evil. For who is able to judge this thy so great of people, man? So pray for discernment, Akim. Alright? Because if you don't, that's going to get your ass caught up, man. You got all these different spirits that's out here, man, right now. Right now, high time. Trying to get us to go jumping into our thoughts. Those are the members that I spoke about in Romans. You know? Them members, them demons in your head, you got to know how to decipher those things, man. And if you're not sure, pray for it. And if you're really not sure, hey, have counsel on it. 2 or 3. That's discernment. Seeking out counsel is discerning. Okay? And then when it comes to dreams, this, that, and the third, if you have things on that, hey, if it play out, it play out. Remember, nothing in the dark, everything in the dark is going to be brought forth to light. You know? So guys got to be on the understanding level, man. ASAP. That call on Yahweh Shemel Shai by Shokah Kadash Bakathum. Divine to my apostles, great millstone, citation to the occupant four corners, which person is truth, love, diligence, respect, fear, and tremble. Bhagavad.